Good morning, everyone. So I'll be discussing Chapter 10, Files and Exception from Python book called Python Crash Course by Eric Mathis. So I'll be explaining to myself because when I first gone through this chapter a month ago, I did not understood, but I had previous experience, so just by looking at the code, I was able to understand the point, but looking through the chapter, had no clue. So I will take this chance to review this chapter, and later on when I have a chance, I'll be able to go back and revisit what I have explained. So chapter 10, it says, you now have mastered the basics of programming, organizing, and able to easily use and make programs or relevant, usable programs. Okay. And files an exception. Let us do this. It says we first need to create pi digit dot text. So we have only one. Let's create a file then. File, and let's call it pi digits dot txt. File with the name pi digits. Where? Oh, right here. I didn't know that. Okay. We have pi digits, a text. Within it, we have the pi value 3.14159.256.53589. That is what I had in my head. Maybe 10, 12. Okay, so nonetheless, I'll create a file with the pi value and then create a file, another file with the name file underscore reader that has width open. Let's see. Width open file name, which is that, as file object, contents, file object read, print. Okay, that means I have to retype this. Contents equals file object dot reads parentheses, and we print this contents. And for now, let's comment this out. Let's comment everything out. So what does this do? Let us run it and see what it does. This is my favorite thing. Just right-clicking it and running it. Okay, nonetheless. So it printed the value within the other file, or the value within the file pi underscore digits.txt. So that means we open the file as an object. Okay. Does it explain as an object? as an object. Maybe not. Okay, so let's continue. Content, you are creating a variable that is equals to file underscore object dot read. We'll open file. We'll open file as. Oh, I believe you are. You. Okay, I believe you're creating a variable file underscore object and you're equaling that to the file, anything that's inside the file. I believe that's what you're doing. And then you are doing partially the same thing on line number 4, creating variable contents, and you're equaling that to the file name or the variable name, which you did on line 3, to read. So whatever that's inside the file as, whatever that's inside a file, you set it to read and you printed the variable called content. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense to me, and hopefully it will make sense to me when I look back. Okay, and because of that, it printed this out. And what do we know now? The only difference between this and output of the original file is the extract blank line at the end of the point. At the end of output, the blank line appears because reads return an empty string when it reaches the end of the file. This empty this empty string shows up as a blank line. If you want to remove the extra blank line, you can use rstrip in the print statement. So that means we can use content.rstrip, which means if you want to remove the extra blank line at the end. Let us run it and see. That means we have removed all the empty lines or spaces. That seems a little bit off, because in the book there is let's keep it this way and let's run it again. Okay, sorta good. Sorta good. I believe we have an extra digit, 14929265535. Okay, yeah, I knew it. Something seems wrong. Okay, all right. File path. When you pass a simple file name like pi_digit.txt to the point, no, to the open function, Python looks in the directory where the file that's currently being executed, that is your .py program file, is stored. Sometimes, depending on how you organize your work, the file you want to open won't be in the same directory as your program file. For example, you might store your program file in a folder called python_work. Yes, when you're working at the moment, when I'm working the projects, so many files, and you do not know where each of the specific functions are at, you need to keyword search it. So this helps a lot. Plan to look into it more. But that's it. Because text underscore file is inside Python underscore work, you could use a relative file path to open a file from text under files. A relative file path tells Python to look at the given location relative to the directory where the current running program file is stored. For example, you would write with open, yes, file directory. So let's say file directory is chapter underscore 10 / or forget the division sign and then the file name, which in our case we're using a variable that is also equal to file a variable name. We need to put this in can we put this like that? Why do I start all over the bottom? Would this work? Would this work? It would work. Oh no, would this work? Because I'm already in the file. Specifically telling where it should go. Let's see. And run. What was run? What was run in here? One keyword. No, it does not. It only does this. It only allows to run it like that. Okay, so now absolute paths are usually longer than relative path, so it is helpful to store them in a variable and then pass that variable to open. So let's say the path, you are inside your document. Inside your document, there's a file, Python programming, and inside the Python programming, there's this book, the Python crash course. So that's already 3 files. And then you get into chapter 10. So instead of writing the whole path inside the brackets or parentheses, no, they're not brackets, parentheses, you could just create a variable, which I did the line number 1, and then going paste the path. So let us go back now. Let's go back now. Okay, so that means so you show the path and you say open path with open path, the file variable, right, as file object. Okay, good. Now I believe you understand this. Now let's look at the different file. File underscore reader. File underscore reader. What does they include? Reading line by line. So that means we have file equals the variable, and then on line number 3 we have with open file as and file object for line and file object. Now this is using for loop. loop. Sounds weird, but okay, let's check with this. Width, okay, we have that for line and file. Object, colon. Oh no, not file object. Oh yes, file object. File object. We have print line. Now, how is this file underscore object? Well, I'm one of the greatest typewriters, however you call those. Genius people. Okay, so I need to hurry up. So print l dot r strip that says these blank lines appear because an invisible new line character is at the end of each line in the text. So for line and file object, for line and file object. I still need to wrap my head around it. But yes, I do understand. So you print the value and then the loop works for line and file object. So there's an object, so you print the object and then you print the line, which brings you to line number 5. You print a new line and then you reiterate. You go back and see if there's a new line, or yeah, new line in the variable or in that file. And you print that, and the loop says after you print it, the loop says you need to add a line. So you reiterate that. Did I do that right? Yeah, I did. For line and file. Okay, now let us add r strip r dot strip r strip. Why did I add this? I have no idea. My fingers keep on just pressing. Okay, so r strip removes a line at the end of each value. Okay, that means or extra space. So what we're doing, pi digits, yes. Width open, yes. For line and lines, for line and file. Okay, now we're adding a bit different syntax. Line equals file object dot read line. We have for line and file, instead of file object, we change it to let's go with lines. Not lion as an animal, but a line. And let's run this. It should be the same. Okay. So, okay. Now we go to a different file. Working with file content. pi underscore string. Do we have pi underscore string? Yes, we do, right here. Now let's exit from these. File, pi, with open file as and file object. Lines equals file object dot read lines. And we have pi underscore string. Okay, space for line. No, yes, space for line and lines. For line and lines. P pi string plus minus line r strip. We have r strip in here in the book. Print 50 print pi line. Let's erase this for now. Okay, hopefully it is not too long. It's taking too long. Print len pi string. Okay, all right, this is good. That means you open the file, right? File, and you name a variable line equals line. Okay, you're reading the file. That means, does that mean in the same line? I don't know, we'll see. So pi string, creating variable, and you're setting that to equal, and then creating a for loop. So line and lines. So lines. So every line within the pi underscore digit.text needs to follow before line. That means creating a variable on line number 8 plus equals line that r strip. Now, okay, I do understand line number 10. It's counting the variable, the values. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 10, 20, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 30. Oh, 30. 1, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Maybe 2 lines. 2 lines. So 10, 2, 10, 2. So 24, 10, and then these 2. 36. Okay, all right. And print pi string. So that means plus 1 line that r strip. Okay, I'm a bit confused. I don't know why. Okay, if anyone has comment, just comment it down below. Maybe by reading, I would be able to understand. If I do not understand, within a day. Okay, now pi for pi string underscore line strip. That means I got no clue. No space, and this is space. So on line number 8, this is what it says. We use a simple for loop to print each line from lines. Okay, yes, because each item in line corresponds to each line in the file. The output matches the content of file exactly. Does that make sense? Sorta. Okay, let's read it again. As we create the variable pi underscore string, 2 holding the digits of pi, pi string holding the digits of pi. Oh yes, okay, a new variable where the where the new text would be stored. Okay, all right. We then create a loop that adds each line of digits to pi string. Yes. So we created an empty, let's say an array, right? And inside that, they are adding whatever that's inside file pi underscore digit.txt. Okay, right. And for lines, let me continue reading. We then create a loop at each line of digit to pi string and remove the new line character from each line. Okay, at 3 we print this string and to show how long the string is. Okay, that seems understandable. Now it says look at the different file. If it is different, pi underscore string, same file. File name equals pi, well, million digits. Let's see, digits. And large files 1 million digits. We will add whatever we had in here previously. Yes, it's a good thing I did not erase that copying. Whoa, that means our strip. Let's take that away. Wow, that means line 3. What's happening with line 3? So do we create a file? It says, let me read it. So far, we focused on analyzing a text file that contains only 3 lines, but the code in these examples would work just as well on much larger files. We start with a text file that contains pi to the million decimal places instead of just 30. We can create a single string containing all these digits. We don't need to change our program at all except to pass it a different file. We'll also print just the first 50 decimal places so we don't have to watch a million digits scroll by in a terminal. Okay, so file equals single colon pi a million underscore digits with open file name as file object lines equals file object dot read lines. Okay, so far so good. Pi string equals, okay, quotation for line in lines colon pi string plus equals line dot string. Print pi string colon 52 plus 3 dots. Okay, print length. Now let us see why isn't it running? Okay, line 3 says just here model with the pi file object file not found. I know the file is not found, but it does not show that I need to have or that I should have created a file. Probably I should, and it works. It will work. Okay, I see. Now it has a note. It says to run this program and many other examples that follow, you need to download the resources available at whatever website link. So they have working on the same thing. Now instead of pi, you are putting date of birth. So I would celebrate. When you ask for date of birth, enter your birthday in the form of month, day, and year, 2 digits for each, with no spaces, and creating a variable or including a string stating your birthday appears in the first million digits of pi. States if the date or the month, day, and year two-digit forms, which is total of 6, 2 days of 2-digit month, 2-digit day, for 2-digit year, which is 6. If those 6 digits appear within the million digits of pi, the first million digits of pi. Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, so moving forward, write message. I write message. What do I write message? It says create a variable equals, okay, the text, programming that text, with open file. I have a pen, but in the book it says W write, or I was thinking write as read, write. Okay, as following object, file object, I love programming. And in programming that text, I love programming. Let's put this in a new phase. of programming. Okay, which I already have. Now, that seems clear. Able to append, add. Forget how you do delete. Okay, program text. All right, good. We're adding only just strings. Okay, those are good. All right, this seems a bit understandable. Now, division. We have division file. I'm doing the second time, and I do not have division. What's with this? Division. Division.py. What is it? Division. I have it. I don't realize it. How come I did not realize it? 5 out of 0. It says if you place handling the zero division exception. 5 divided by a 0. Zero division exception. Okay. Try. Okay, try. Enter. Okay. If this works, then try this. Oh no, if try, except, oh, if this works, you need to run this. It states, except when zero division enters, print you can divide by 0, which means if this does not show, if 0 divided by 5 does not show, no, 5 divided by 0, you'll be like, you can divide by 0. Okay. If that does not work, then print answer, hard-coded answer. That is a variable. Oh no, right there. Okay, let's run it and see how it works. First number, where is, oh, while true. It is for forever loop until it is pressed Q and then enter. Okay, first number 5, second number is 7. Okay, let's go 5 and 0. You can divide by 0, which states here, except you could do this, which we did it, and if 5 divided by 0 is 0, I believe. Well, if you can divide, it says when you dividing by 0, they are using this built-in syntax function, whatever you call it. Okay, nice. So let us go to a different page. Well, at the moment I am on page 200. Okay, you can write. All right. Let's see, Alice.py. Changing file name equals alice.text. Good. You have with open file encoding UTF-8. Okay, UTF. Universal readable something or some, but it is universal. Universal. a modern way of browsers reading a text file. That's what I understand. Okay. Try with file. With open. I don't know why with file. With open file name. Encode. Okay, content. Message. Good. Message. Good. Now let's see and run it. Did we create a file.txt or did we create a file.hi? Or did we have to? Well, we do not have to. Okay. Word counter. Hopefully the next video I'll be explaining about big O in my terms. In my perspective view. Storing data, number underscore writer. Number underscore writer. Python. Now we import JSON. Why? JSON. Right. Okay. Number. Create an array. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. Okay, close it. We have file name equals numbers JSON numbers dot JSON not JSON JSON. Okay. With open write file as object j.son JSON dot dump number numbers and f object. That means So line number 5 means we first, okay, let's start. We first import the JSON module and then create a list of numbers to work with. Okay, on line number 5, we choose a file name in which to start the list of numbers. Okay, so the array we transfer into a file name. Okay, and it's customary to use the file extension JSON to indicate that the data in the file is stored in the JSON format. Okay, so JSON file stored in JSON format. Then we open a file in the write mode, which allows JSON to write the data to a file. Line 6. Okay, and line number 7, we use the JSON.dump function to store the list number in the file name. Now, file numbers.json. Did that make sense? No clue. Remember me? Remember. Say port JSON JSON username put username file name equals user name JSON. Well, I guess it will take a while for the video to upload. It's okay. What can I say? Slow and steady. No, not slow and steady. Consistency beats the rate. As if you are consistently improving, right? Let's say you're consistently improving. That means every day you're doing something challenging, and that will help you grow. You can do something challenging maybe once a month. That will help you improve as well. However, or even every day, every hour. But if you're not consistent, you could do it for a week. You may be a week smart. But if you keep on studying, in the sense, or keep on working, then it will be a different topic, right? That makes sense. back, remember me when something something. I make myself confused sometimes. What's your name? My name is Tom. Well, remember you. We'll remember you when you come back, Tom. Okay, nice. Thank you. Remember me. Now, greet username. Do we have that file? Greet username. Seems like we do not have the file. Greet username. User. Width. Open. File name. What I pressed as F object, right? Username equals JSON dot load object print. Well, come back, my brothers and sisters. We will add username, and that is all. Nothing afterwards. Nothing unnecessary. Now, I realized you are able to search the directory by, or search the keyword within the file. Let's say you use a variable from different file, right? Or within different directory. So all you could do is you control and press the button right there. It showed. Let's say our mouse is right here. And you see, but it also works when you import a file that is from a different directory. If you want to find a file and you're using a file's name within that file, that makes sense, then you could jump back or jump forward to whichever file you are looking into or you want to look into. Whoa. Okay. That said, let's run it. Welcome back, Tom. What? Tom? Oh, yay. Tom. Okay, so let us end the video. However, we're gonna keep this continue. Good. Yes, thank you so much and have a good one. Bye-bye. Bye bye.